Hey, this is Danny from Scare Talk. Before we get into all the horror greatness, I gotta let you know about Anchor. Anchor is the host site that we use to record our podcast. Anchor will upload your podcast to Apple and Spotify and many other listening platforms. Anchor is completely free, and you can download the app or go to the website, anchor.fm, and you can record straight on there. There's also some cool editing tools that you can use. Did I mention that it's free? Yeah, so if you want to make a podcast, Anchor is the way to go. Go check it out. Now, for the spooky stuff.
Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror fans. This podcast will cover horror movie reviews, ratings, and rankings. Now for your hosts, Danny and Joel.
Okie dokie. This is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I am back with my two hosts, Katrina.
Hello.
And the magical Joel.
Hey guys, what's up?
Today we are going to talk about Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie version. And that came out in
2009. Almost positive 2009.
Let's see, 2009. You're right. Good job. Ding, ding. I should be prepared.
Yeah, you checked on him.
I know, right? Okay, so Joel, who's in this?
All right, so this one has Sherry Moon Zombie.
Oh yes, she's in the first one too.
She is.
You didn't mention her.
I didn't. I think she has more of like a character in this movie than she did in the other one.
Yeah.
As far as like her appearance, as far as how often she's in
more.
it.
Yeah. I don't know if she has much of a character in
Well, no, she doesn't. But she's in it more. And she was in Devil's Rejects, 31, and Lords of Salem. Basically every movie that Rob Zombie has ever made. She has been in it.
She has been all of them, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's his wife.
Yeah.
He thinks highly of her.
Yeah. We've also got Malcolm McDowell, who returns as our Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
He is in Caligula. I'm doing different movies for this guy. So. Caligula. It's like the 70s. Star Trek Generations.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
hey, we're tying in the Star Trek, Michael Myers, Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Because Captain Kirk, you know who that is? He's like the captain of the Star
Trek.
Well, I know
Star
who Captain Kirk
Trek.
is,
Yeah.
but like
his face.
That's
the mask of Captain Kirk is Michael Myers' mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Really?
The actor. Yeah.
So it was like a Halloween mask for Captain Kirk that they took and made into.
I did not know that. That is cool.
We talk about it in one of our episodes.
Yeah. Why don't you
Oh,
pay
I guess
attention?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've told you
I
that.
think Halloween 1, actually.
I've told you that. For sure.
Okay.
Like the most fun
Don't
fact.
throw me under the bus.
And more recently, he was in Bombshell.
Okay.
Came out like a year ago.
Bombshell.
Bombshell.
All right.
We also have Danielle Harris.
Oh, yes.
Got Annie.
Yeah.
She was in Halloween 4
Yeah.
and 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jamie.
Jamie, yeah. She was in Hatchet 2. I've also talked about her in other ones too, so I didn't want to repeat on those two. And Victor Crowley.
Oh, hey, isn't that Hatchet? Isn't Hatchet about Victor
I think
Crowley?
so, yeah.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah,
it does.
Nice.
It's all connected. Everything's connected. And then we've got the writer is Rob Zombie. Bobby Zombie. It's crazy. He did both of these.
Yeah. Wow.
He wrote Lords of Salem, 31, and Devil's Rejects. He really doesn't have that many movies that I can just go over. And it was also directed by Rob Zombie. He directed craziness, I know. Lords of Salem, Zombie Horror Picture Show, which is a documentary.
Oh. I don't know that one.
Yeah, and 31. I didn't either until I saw that. So
you know what else he's written?
What else has he written?
He's written quite a few songs.
He has.
Oh!
And yes,
yeah.
he wrote and he's directed those music videos.
Yeah.
Wow, he's
Yeah.
quite a writer.
Yeah.
He's a guy. Okay, so
I thought you were going with movies.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't thinking music. Makes more sense.
So this one, the plot is Laurie Strode struggles to come to terms with her brother Michael's deadly return to Haddonfield, Illinois. Meanwhile, Michael prepares for another reunion with his sister.
Oh, man.
All right, so we're not going to compare Halloween 2 versus Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 because they're not comparable.
Yeah,
They're very, very different movies.
They are.
This is a completely different take on the second film in the Halloween series. So let's just jump into some positives and negatives and maybe some discussion. So,
Yeah.
Katrina, what do you love about this movie?
I don't know if there's love.
You know you love it.
I'll say some things that I appreciated
Okay.
about this movie. So I was glad that they showed Laurie's struggle with her trauma that she went through. I liked her struggles during her therapist meetings. I feel like it was really genuine and real. Laurie was more of a real person in this movie.
Man, is she a positive for you in this
She
one?
is more of a positive. I still do not like this actress. I don't like Laurie. I didn't like her grunge look in this movie. I don't, for no
It's
reason.
Rob Zombie again.
Yeah.
He's like, okay,
Hey,
let me
Grunge
make
was
a...
big in 09.
Well, and
Grunge was big in 09. Made a comeback.
but for no reason aside from the fact that I just didn't like seeing Laurie that way. I just don't feel like it's Laurie.
Yeah.
But it went well for this movie.
Yeah.
And she stuck true to her character.
She did.
She was the
Yeah.
same character from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
She didn't go back and forth with who she was.
Yeah.
And I like that. She definitely is more comfortable playing this role than she is playing the innocent role. And so then that made it more believable.
Yeah.
Um,
Should just done that from the beginning. Rob
Yeah.
Zombie.
yeah, I guess so. But then that would have been a negative for me.
It would have been anyway.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be this way.
So I thought that Laurie did a much better job in this movie. And I love watching her struggle.
Yeah.
And I like that she admitted that this friendship with Annie is hard
Yeah.
because she's a constant reminder. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, it was nice to see her like actually struggling with it, where Annie seemed like she was just moving on.
Yeah.
But that'll go later. Then I liked that they called Dr. Loomis out. I still couldn't stand seeing him on the screen. I did not like him at all.
Yeah, you were meant to hate him in this one.
Yeah, you were.
But I was
liked
very
him
glad.
more in the first one than this
Yeah.
one for sure.
I liked him in this one, like, just for the movie itself, you know?
Well, that's
Like,
the thing.
I didn't like his...
Not as Dr. Loomis.
If I... Yeah. But for the movie, the direction it went in,
Yeah.
I think he is a positive.
Yeah, I think that the positive part is that they called him out for him being just this money hungry, trying to get rich off of these other these people's tragedies.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that. The sheriff was also much better in this movie. He was believable. He cared when his daughter died.
That was sad.
That freaked
Yeah.
him out, and it was like, okay, finally you're a real person this time.
You know, he's a pretty good actor. I wouldn't have thought the guy that voiced Chucky would be a good actor.
He was,
You know, he's a pretty decent actor.
he was decent in this movie. He was not in the first
That's
one.
what you think.
Debatable.
It's true. It's true. So that's it though. That's it. That's my positives.
All right.
Just basically
Short and sweet.
I mean, like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the killing was... I did not like the kills for the reason that I'll tell in my negatives.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Take it away.
Jolito.
All right. Well, I didn't have this hatred for Laurie as Katrina did for the first one.
Yeah.
So it's not really like a surprise that I liked her character in this movie.
Yeah.
She definitely brought more to her character in this one than she did in the first one.
Yeah.
She
I know
had
we're
the most like emotional scenes and like just she had a lot of acting to do.
Yeah. Oh,
For
yeah,
sure.
she did. And so I liked Laurie in this a lot. I like the acting in this movie a lot. Laurie, though, in particular, I'm going to compare the Lauries for a minute here because I can understand the character that she became in this movie a lot more than what Laurie became like in further movies because she actually had more to do. She actually was the one who quote unquote killed Michael in the first movie. She actually became a final girl in the first movie where Laurie doesn't until H2O where she actually is fighting Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And so I can see where it would mess her up mentally, especially also going in, knowing that, not going in, but eventually finding out that she's related to Michael, like brother, sister.
The way that was revealed was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
that was clever, and it makes you hate Loomis even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And was her name Angel in the was Laurie's name Angel in the original? Do we even know
I
what
don't
her
think
name
we
was?
don't know
ever
her
knew
name.
about Angel until
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I was like
episode.
Angel. That's kind of a
Episode.
weird name, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
For for a movie like this, but I enjoyed her story arc going all the way until the end of the movie. I know that there's a theatrical ending and there's an unrated ending. But,
So we watched the director's cut.
or director's cut,
Or
unrated
unrated
director's
or
cut.
whatever.
Yeah, which I think I loved how we saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
And I think I liked how it ended in theaters more than I did the director's cut. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember like walking out thinking that was a really good end to this movie.
Yeah. One kind of makes you think, like, did she turn or something? And then the other one is just kind of more sad.
Yeah.
Because we'll just spoil it. It's 2009. So,
Yeah.
the theatrical release, she kills Michael and walks out with his mask on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like, now she's really going crazy, And then the unrated is, Michael is shot up when he tries to kill Loomis. And then she walks out and goes to kill Loomis with Michael's knife. And then she gets shot and killed. So then it's a little more sad.
Yeah.
Like now
Well-
she's dead. And
Yeah.
both end with her in this long white hallway sitting in a bed. And then gives that like grin toward the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, and that super long ending with her face, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that.
So I liked, because I think that was, I liked the theatrical cut more because I liked the not knowing. That's what I liked about Halloween 4, how that ended with Jamie in the hallway with the knife with the mask on is pretty much what happened with this movie.
Right.
But with Laurie instead of Laurie's daughter.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny too, because it's Laurie's best friend is Laurie's daughter in Halloween 4. Same actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was kind of funny. But yeah, so I liked that ending a lot more than the director's cut,
Okay.
unrated. So I think it's a good way to end Halloween. But if you're going to continue, you can continue with her and not Michael Myers,
Right.
which I think is so. This was a very upsetting movie to a lot of people.
I thought you were going to say divisive.
I was going to, but I was going to switch it up a little bit. Because a lot of people, I don't know because I remember seeing an interview with Rob Zombie saying that it's going to be his version. it's not going to be a remake of Halloween 2.
No.
It's completely his vision of what he wants.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people got that message or that memo.
Yeah, maybe not.
Like, this is nothing like Halloween 2. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Only like 10 minutes of it takes place in a hospital.
Yeah. And that's not even real.
Yeah, exactly. I liked Laurie in this a lot. I liked the acting. The characters in this were, besides Sherry or Deborah, I think her name was like Debbie.
Deborah Myers,
the mom, coming in like that white horse and like flashbacks and stuff. I'm like, okay. I know it talked about the white horse in like the very beginning of the movie. I don't remember exactly what it said about it, but it was like they don't really.
It's
need
like seeing
that.
a white horse in your dream means, like there's like pent up rage or
and there's gonna
something.
be evil and destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that a Rob Zombie thing, or is that like a real?
No, it was a quote from a Dream Book.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Something you probably just made up.
Yeah, no, it was a quote from Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
Another quote. Oh man. I like the kills. I like the kills in both of the Halloween movies, 1 and 2, Rob Zombies, a lot. Again, it's very gritty.
Yeah.
Like the first one, a hard watch.
Yeah.
One again that I wouldn't watch again unless I was watching it with somebody else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just put it on by myself. But yeah, I do like the kills. I like the grittiness, the acting. Pretty much a lot of what I liked about 1.
Okay.
Minus, I didn't have any backstory for this one that I did with the first. But yeah, so.
Okay. So I liked the fact that it wasn't as the writing was better, I'll say. The writing was better. Not great, but it was better. So that's a positive just because it's an improvement. The opening scene in the hospital was pretty cool. I thought that was, watching it, again, I've seen this movie many times, and watching it this most recent time, knowing that it's a dream, you can kind of pick out the pieces that are signals that it's not real.
Yeah.
You know?
I have one more positive when you're done. Sorry. I just thought it's on.
Okay. All right. So, I like that part. I thought Michael's mask was cool. The way that it was all ripped up, and I don't like that they show his face a bunch in this movie, but that's negative. Yeah, Laurie's acting, I thought she did a good job acting. She does scream a little too much for me, but overall, I think she portrayed someone dealing with trauma. While it was very extreme, but I could see how she could get there. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so the sheriff, love the sheriff. So I like the ending. I like both endings.
Okay.
I like both endings. I like that song in the unrated version, the Love Hurts.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I feel like it kind of tied the movie up with her dying, and that song playing, and now she's with her family, I felt like, the whole white horse thing and all that, I kind of went back and forth with it, like, okay, I think I get it, but then I don't like it, but I kind of get it.
It's just to fill up some time. We don't need that in there. It's just to give his wife some.
Yeah, he's like, what can we do with
time?
you? What can we do with you? You're dead, so.
I was sad that they used that song because, like after we watched it, I'm like singing this song and I'm like, oh man, I don't want that to be forever what I associate with this song now.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a good use of
it was
song.
Too good of a use because now I'm just gonna think about that.
Well, and that song plays in the first Rob Zombie movie too, when he's a kid. I can't remember what scene, but it plays then as well. And then you know, at the end here.
yeah.
So
Well, that's
that
even
was
cooler.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool tie-in. The theatrical ending does actually play some Halloween music, so that's a positive for that. But that's a negative for the rest of the movie because there's none of it.
Yeah, that's true. There really isn't. He's like, hey, you got enough of that in my first one. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah, this is my movie.
He really wanted to make it his own movie.
Oh, for sure.
I just saw that.
Okay. That's all my positives.
Okay.
All right, I've got one more.
You got one more.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It goes with the kills that I was talking about.
Yeah.
We've never seen, at least I don't think we have, a slow motion running from Michael type of a scene like we did with Annie.
Yeah.
And I like that. It obviously you know it's going to happen. She was one of my favorite characters in like both of Rob Zombie's movies. I liked her character a lot, and like seeing her get killed was. I mean, you don't really see it actually happen because it does you see like the house and you hear her screaming and stuff. But I like the use of like the slow motion when she sees him and then she's like running away from him. I thought that was pretty cool use of the slow motion.
Yeah.
Something that we haven't seen in any of these kills before. They used the slow
motion a couple of times. There's that, and then there's the scene where he's putting his mask on, like when he's in that field. Yeah. And those, like, I don't know if they were farmers, rednecks, I guess. Come up and, like, beat him up and stuff, and then they get back in the car, and then he, like, stands up, puts his mask on all slow and stuff.
A couple of Sons of Anarchy people in
it. Yeah.
Like 3, I think, from what I saw.
But what was cool about that kill with Annie was the slow motion, but then you don't see what happened until later. The sheriff comes in. Yeah. Or was it the sheriff? No, it was Lori comes in.
Lori.
Yeah.
And then it starts to show like little flashes of what happened.
Yeah.
What happened.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Man. Poor Annie.
Yeah, I know. I liked Annie. And just like it just hit me in a place that like no one else has, as far as getting killed off on these movies, hit me because she actually says "ow" like a few times, and you don't ever like hear a victim actually scream like say "ouch" and "ow" like when they're actually getting stabbed. Which I saw that, I was like, wow, okay, that makes sense. Like it would hurt a lot getting stabbed like that. So it just, I don't know, it kind of gave it something
more real.
Yeah, made it a little bit more real.
Yeah.
That
and Annie was so, you could really connect with her and feel for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the sheriff too.
Yeah.
So yeah, good job.
Okay.
I just had to throw that one out there.
All right, let's bash on it.
Number one
begin.
negative.
She's numbered them.
White horse. And this mom and little Michael coming back.
Different actor.
And haunting the... Yes. Oh, that's another negative. Oh my gosh. They got this like cute little boy to play, and he looked way younger. And they could have at least grimed his hair up and stuff, but like he has like nice silky hair. And like them coming back and being a part of all the kills, or almost like that bugged me so much. It made the kills just stupid and just annoying. And every time they popped up on the screen, it was like, oh my gosh, you want this to be some ghost film or something? Like, this is so dumb.
The ghost of Michael Myers
is trying to really put a new spin on it. He really wanted to put a
this is his movie
stamp on it.
This is not John Carpenter's Halloween.
And it was horrible. That made the movie just...
So what do you understand about it? Like, what do you think the purpose is of the whole white horse and the mom and
having Rob Zombie's wife come in?
To the actual movie.
So I think that I understand the reason why he did that was to show that Michael's still haunted with the fact that his mom that his mom killed himself and that he still feels like this little boy who just wants to go and be with his family again. And so his goal is to get because he was really connected to the baby.
Yeah.
He was. Call her Boo. I liked that they brought in, like, I found Boo. I liked that because it was like, he's still calling her by her name. And because I didn't know why they all of a sudden named her Angel.
I thought her name was Boo. What?
Yeah, I know.
That would have been funny.
That would have been.
Tell your dad Boo says you.
Yeah. But they, I understand that they were trying to bring this, like, connection, this feeling that he just wants to have the three of them. Yeah. They were the good ones. They were the ones that needed to be together. And he just needed to he should have just gotten rid of the other two and then... Like, because that's what he was doing. He just got rid of those other two. And then it was like he was holding Boo in his hands when his mom got home. And in his mind, it's like, okay, now it's just going to be the three of us and we'll make it through together. And then he got locked away and then she killed herself. And so then he's like, great, we still need us three to be together. I get that and I appreciate that. But adding in this whole stupid, and then like her in this white dress, and like it changes the whole feel of the movie,
for sure.
And it's just no longer the movie that you think you're watching. It's like you have two different movies put into one.
Do you think it would have been better if it, take the white horse out, take out the white dress, just her normal? Like, kind of talking to him here and there throughout the movie?
I think it definitely would be better that way. I think he could have added that. And he could have added that, like, and him talking to her, like in the first movie.
Well, I guess.
Not
Never mind. I don't want to hear him talk.
Well, I mean.
Not as an adult, Michael.
Well, that's the thing. It could be like him hearing himself as a kid talking to her, something. But also, if you're going to add the kid, get the kid who played the kid.
Get the right kid.
Otherwise, that's it. Like, and so, or someone who looks at least a little bit more like him. Yeah. Like, who you just
that kid had a very unique look.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He had a very Michael Myers as like a child type, especially this version of Michael Myers type of look.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the time frame was from when he got put in there to when she killed herself. Because if it was a couple years, then you could have had the original kid in there. But if it was like the next week or something, and like there wasn't a whole lot of, she
killed herself after he killed the nurse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was her last time that she came.
That's right.
And then he came and told her.
Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't that long into him actually being there then?
No.
I don't think so.
So having him come back
still the same kid doing that.
Yeah.
In that. Yeah.
It takes a little while to make a movie. So.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It was, but they could have found some kid that looked a little bit more like this one. He wasn't that unique. Then the other thing was like Michael like seemed to have this like extreme intelligence and like creativity and like where did he get all these ideas from? And
what do you mean?
Like I can't remember what it was that I was telling you about, but I was like, wow, that was a pretty smart move.
Well, in the way he kills people, or just in the way he moves, in the way
we have to figure out what it was that he did. It was like
because he is. I mean, if you're comparing like movie serial killers like Jason, he is way more intelligent than a lot of other serial killers that have had movies made about him.
Where did he get these? Like, what was it that he did? It was like, was he doing like research? Oh, where he like somehow knew that this was Lori was his sister. Like, how did he even know that? How did he figure that out? What gave him that knowledge? Was he like doing
that was the first
research
movie,
on
too.
his family in the mental hospital? Like, was Machete giving him like research about him or something?
Yeah.
Well, there was probably talks around town. Haddonfield's a pretty small town. Like, they know.
But he was in Small
in-
Grove
yes.
or
Oh, yeah, he was in
Smith's
a
Grove.
different area.
Smith's Grove.
Smith's Grove, yeah.
Sneedville.
I mean, stuff like that travels. Like, this is like, you have someone who's murdered like 5 people at the age of, 8?
But she doesn't even know.
yeah, that's the thing.
That they're
so
related.
how does he know?
And Loomis
then
didn't
2
know.
years later, she still hasn't figured this out. She still doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like, the sheriff knew, and the sheriff told Loomis then.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
Loomis should have known. If he's been his therapist for the last 17, 18 years, he should have known something.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, where'd the baby go? Like, there was a baby there. Like, now she's gone. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just vanished without a trace.
Yeah, you never figured out, like... Yeah. So, and I don't know.
I think that was a negative for my
Michael,
original Halloween 2 also.
Yeah.
Actually. Because at least this Lori finds out. Like, she actually finds out that she's related. Like, Lori never even... At least not on... in the movies, never found out that they were related.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't get that shock value. Like, we didn't see that from her at all because she never finds out.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that we actually do find out that she knows in this movie.
So, but
at
it
some
was
point.
annoying that, like, he showed her this picture
In the first one.
in the first one.
Yeah.
Then 2 years later, you've been with a therapist, you've been trying to work through this whole thing. You never thought to think, like, who were these people in this picture? And all this, like, it took you 2 years and reading this little excerpt in this book, and somehow you, like, read through this whole book, like, that quick. And now at the very
The
end,
speed
you
reader.
find out that you're,
Maybe it was bookmarked. Highlighted.
and it was just like, really, it took you that long to figure that out.
Yeah.
And then why is she having the visions of the family now? The fact that she's having the visions, and so
like mental
every
illness
once in a
or
while
something.
she's they're popping up in her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
she was a baby, so
It
she
was-
would have no recollection
Yeah.
of this.
It was
Well,
a-
she didn't
entire
know
family.
who the people in the picture was,
Yeah.
so
Until she found because that happened after I think no, I don't think it happened before she finds out that she's related.
Yeah.
The whole visions thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
it happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's having
Yeah, she was
convulsions
having
and
it-
seizures. and-
Yeah.
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 I was saying it would make sense if it happened after she finds out, because then she could put 2 and 2 together with why Michael's showing her the pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it happened before that, then
It's confusing.
yeah.
It's
I will
really
say.
all over the place.
Yeah.
That I'll leave it with that.
Okay. All right. Joel, what
man,
do
it's my
you
turn now.
despise about this movie?
Despise. Oh man. I would agree with a lot of the points that Katrina made. As well, I personally I liked Loomis slightly more in the first one than I do in this one. I do not like his character whatsoever in this movie.
Okay.
I do appreciate that they went with the whole I'm gonna write a book about this, and
Yeah.
they
So
definitely
this is
went
the
with
second
it.
book that he's written, because
Yeah.
the first one was like The Devil Among Us, or I don't know. In the first film, they talk about how he wrote a book, and then in this one, another one is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his new book that's
Yeah.
and that's where he reveals
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's
The
true.
relation.
about
Yeah.
Angel.
So I really did not like his character in this movie at all. If we're comparing Loomis's, he was probably my least favorite character in the entire movie.
Okay.
If it as a movie itself, if I'm not comparing, I still don't like the character. I understand He's probably retired at this point. Like he's wanting to make some money off of this story.
Yeah,
I understand. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a whole patient confidentiality thing there that he's probably breaking a lot of rules with and making a book in the first place. But doesn't that kind of go out the window if the person's either a threat to themselves or to others? I'm pretty sure
not
you have
to write books about.
Not to profit off of it.
Yeah. That's still highly unethical.
Yeah. So, I mean, I did not like his character at all. He was honestly probably my biggest complaint of the movie. I also didn't care for the white horse thing either. I'm with you on that one. I think it was just the way Rob Zombie wanted to put his wife in the movie. So they wanted to like add some thing that really shouldn't even been in the movie in the first place about a white horse. But yeah, so those were my two biggest complaints I would have about this movie.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the white horse stuff for me, I could do without. I think what I was saying earlier, where there's just like flashbacks, or she appears to him from time to time and talks to him, but just in her normal self would have been much better. Mm-hmm. It would show why he's doing what he's doing.
He's trying to show his artistic side as a writer director.
The scene, it's like, it's one of her visions. I think it's the one when she like just starts convulsing in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Where there's like the skeleton with Michael Myers' mask on top. Mm-hmm. And then they walk over, and then there's like, it looks like these people are eating, and these people have like pumpkin heads, and like what in the world is so out there. And that's when he says, I found Boo, and then she's in this like glass coffin and starts like screaming and shaking in the coffin, and there's another vision where she goes and kills Annie like Michael did when he was a kid, and it's just, but man, what are we? I mean, I get we're trying to show the trauma and mental illness, but then are we also trying to connect her with Michael? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she wouldn't know all those things.
Yeah. Why would she have a vision saying, I found Boo? Yeah. She knows that she's named Boo, and she knows that she is this infant. Yeah. She doesn't know that yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's like
a dream, dreams are weird and confusing sometimes,
and they can tell the future.
And they just magically are.
They just know things. So, another thing I really, really don't like, and I think this is just in the unrated version, he takes his mask off and yells, "Die!" to Loomis, and then he, like, kills him. Just like, why? Why does he have to say that? I mean, it's one thing to take his mask off. His mask is off more than it's on in this movie, I think. Like,
he's got to breathe. It's got to be hot.
And he walked for 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Walking the earth. Like, I don't. It gets to a point where it's just so out there that it's like, is Michael even real? Mm-hmm. Is he even a person? Or, it makes you wonder, like, what was the direction that what were you trying to accomplish here?
Yeah. This movie confusing. Seemed to try to make it where he wasn't actually real.
Like, he wasn't a person. Like, the first one, he was very much a person. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one, you kind of lost me with what you're trying to make Michael out to be. I don't know. He's like a caveman or like a monster. I don't know. Or just a figment, like a being. I don't know. So I don't like that his mask was off a lot. I don't like that he said die.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that. I don't like that there is virtually zero Halloween theme music or score, which I think is, again, Rob Zombie trying to make it his own.
Yeah. He gave that to you in the first one.
Yeah. Something that I have noticed, and I think this is just a Rob Zombie thing, he likes dark blood. Like, I feel like the blood, whenever it's shown, it's always like very dark.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I haven't really noticed it too much, but yeah.
It makes it gross. Like it's almost like mud, like red mud, like dark red. I don't know.
Yeah,
it makes it look like it hurts more, which I think, I don't know if that's a negative, just something I've noticed.
I can see that it would make it like if that's what he's going for, making it hurt, because that's like all of his kills in these movies. Like that's it. He does it to like make it hurt. Like it hurts.
Yeah.
Like that nurse in the beginning of this one when she got stabbed in like the back of the head.
Yeah.
Like over and over again. Like
37 times.
You like heard that knife go into her. You like heard the bones and stuff.
Yeah.
And you heard everything in that. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was intense.
For me, Loomis isn't a negative. He's a positive. I think he's a good bad guy in this. I think I don't like him as a character, but I think he's necessary for this movie.
Evil.
Yeah, I think I like the way that he made him a bad guy. I thought that was good. Okay. Oh, and another thing. So we were talking about is Laurie and Michael, do they have some sort of connection because she's seeing some of the visions that he's seeing? But then also there's a scene when he's like eating a dog and then she goes and throws up. And so it's like, is that what he's trying to show?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like in that part.
Yeah.
And then like, he's eating the dog's heart. Like, and I guess that's where I was like, maybe not intelligent, but like he has these like he just survived for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like
on the land.
Off his dog heart.
And it's like really, and no one's seen him, and like he's this huge giant, and you've been able to hide out for 2 years, living on the land, and you're still like this big monstrous giant and lost no muscle. Like, what kind of workout plan do you have?
Well, he's been walking a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that would help your legs, not your arms.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's smashing people's heads with his hands.
I don't know why he had to walk so much though. Because he was in Haddonfield.
And where was he headed? Yeah, where was he going?
He just wanted to walk around for a
Where's
couple
he
years.
been for the last 2 years?
Yeah, all these things make me feel like, okay, he's not even real. Like, this isn't even... He's not even there. Like, maybe Laurie, this is all just in her mind. Or something.
Why did they even make it 2 years later? What was the point?
Well, because the movie came out 2 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I think
So we're...
had to...
Really? So there's never been a movie that comes out 2 years later and it's like the next day?
Oh, there is.
Two.
Exactly. So really you needed to really make this No, that made it so stupid by putting that in there 2 years later.
Yeah.
It was cool for the beginning, like the whole hospital scene, and then you realize it's a dream, and then you see what she's like now, and it's 2 years later. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool.
I think they did it mostly for that.
Now let's see where we're gonna go. But then you went off the rails and confused the audience. And, So, all right.
Yeah.
Let's get out our grade books. Katrina, you want to start with you?
Yeah, this one... I am giving this...
See how far this one falls from the first one.
69.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. Joel?
Man, I was going to give mine a 70. Like, that was literally the grade that I was going to give it. Yep. 70 is mine for this one.
Okay. And I'm going 69 as well.
All right.
Yeah. These movies, the more we talk about them, the further down the ranking
I almost put mine down lower as we were talking.
Okay, so we got those two out of the way.
Yep.
We're almost done. All right, so you can find us on Facebook at Scare Talk Podcast, on Twitter at Scare Talk Pod, and you can listen to us anywhere in the world. And this has been Scare Talk.
Sleep tight.
Don't let caveman dog heart eating Michael bite.